So to answer that question, I think, first is your practice needs digital transformation, right? Because think about all the manual processes that you currently have right now. Um, like think about being able to transfer that to someone else. That would be a huge challenge, right? So I would encourage you to start looking at, ways of basically automating your processes, digitizing your practice. So it's a lot easier for you to basically catch up with where things are going.
Yes, Ade is available now. Thank you. Can I speak?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
Yes,
Yes,
please go
thanks
ahead.
so much, Dr. Labodi. Yes, my question is very simple. You mentioned just ChatGPT. I didn't hear you say Gemini or Meta in this type of work. Can you please explain why? Thank you.
Okay. So there's Gemini, there's Claude. I mentioned GPT because it's the best place to start. Okay. Um, if you want to ask for my recommendation as you begin to perfect the art of prompting and things of that nature, at some point I think everybody should go jump on Claude, right? Gemini has lots of resources and tools, and for people who are in the enterprise on the enterprise level, Gemini also allows you to be able to do a lot of integration, right, into your current existing system. However, GPT is a good place to start.
Okay, so Gemini is not is an option too because
It's an option. Yes,
okay.
yes,
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
absolutely.
All right. Number 3. Number 4. David Abulu. Okay, Abdurrauf, you're number 5. The last for this set.
So someone just asked the question around legal implications regarding getting email addresses as advice. Okay, so here's the deal, right? There's something called public records, right? So an individual has the right or option of making their contacts available or have the right of making their contacts unavailable. So, for example, my own contacts are public records, right? Which means that people can reach out to me to be able to get services from me, or I could reach out to them should I have their contacts to get services from them. So, whenever you go to any tool, make sure you research. That's the reason why I gave you Seamless AI, because that is a legal tool. As a matter of fact, the CEO of Seamless AI used to be a previous owner of Google. And every business in the US, in Nigeria, in South Africa wants people to do business with them. So they have to provide their numbers online. So from a legal standpoint, there's really nothing to be worried about when you're contacting businesses, because businesses want sales. And to be able to get sales, you need contacts, right? So there's no issues with that. Now, if you're talking about people's personal contact, that's a different situation, right? And so you want to make sure, one, you're reaching out to people via their email. You want to make sure that you're not sending out emails, spam emails, meaning you're not sending out like 200, 300, 400 emails at once, because the email providers will treat you as spam. However, like there is something called public records, and you're allowed to put out your email, and people are allowed to touch base with you via email as well. So nothing to be worried about there.
All right,
All right,
Abdurrauf,
thank you.
are you still here?
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity. So my question is, as AI tools like ChatGPT continue to evolve rapidly, how do you stay updated on new prompting techniques beyond the RACE framework? Are there any emerging prompt strategies or AI capabilities you are excited about that could transform how we'll approach sales and customer targeting in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yes. And this is where I talk about the run phase, right? There are now tools that allow you to bake in, like you can basically pull your data from your platform and connect it to a tool like Claude, right? And so you connect the tool to a tool like Claude and you can start running your analysis on it without any coding experience. And so I think one thing you want to probably start getting into is sort of figuring out, how do you use Claude Code, Claude dot, I think they call it anthropic.com or whatever the case may be, but Claude, You want to start figuring out how to get on top of that. And then you also want to start figuring out how to connect that tool to your CRM system, to your spreadsheets, so that you can actually start making informed decisions from it. Some people right now are not gathering data, right, at all. Like you're not collecting data. The first step is, if you own any business, any form of business, you want to start collecting information from your current customer, even if it's 10 customers that you have now, even if it's 20 customers that you have now. You want to get into the habit of gathering that information. That information will help you to be able to provide better services to your customer and to your clients. So Cloud Code, connection with AI. Now, this field is rapidly evolving, so I would encourage everyone to be continuously learning. And continuously learning meaning plugging into resources that actually help you to grow and to build and things of that nature. And so that's something that you want to make sure you're in. Like, for example, I have a division in my company that is 100% focused on innovation. That's all they do every day, thinking about what's new, what's next, what's coming new. How can we continue to build up from there, right? Just a dedicated 3 or 4 people team just working on that every single day. So every day we're on top of what's new. Every day we're on top of what's going on. Every day we're able to basically push the boundaries. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Yes. Okay, Abdullah. Okay, that's a thumbs up. Really appreciating everybody. For David, I've tried to unmute you. All right. I think that will be all for now. We will continue this conversation online. We are hoping that Doctor will also share his handle. And like he advised us, please try and see how you can open a LinkedIn page as soon as possible. Then you will be able to reach out to him directly. We must appreciate our facilitator for this highly interactive and illuminating experience that has actually demystified AI, especially focusing on sales and projecting it. Dr. Iyanu Odebode, we really thank you for finding time out to actually exchange your experience and definitely giving us all the frameworks. I picked high, I picked raise, and of course the meaning. We also now know that there are phases. There's the stand phase, the walk phase, the run phase, and several things that we could actually be able to use. And of course, we are borrowing from your 6 steps: the suspect, prospect, discovery, proposal, project kickoffs, that is expected to be used for clients. And lastly, the sales funnel actually simplifies, making easier for people to actually know the kind of markets, the customers they intend to attract, and how AI can actually help them to attract them. We will say we appreciate you from the thumbs ups you are seeing and lots of the appreciation. I'm sure we know that this is a fruitful experience. We'll just crave your indulgence that we will call you again. We'll be able to see if we can do 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, so that we will be able to take Nigerian businesses to the next level. As the Director General of Sumina usually says, he is interested in scaling up small businesses. We have about 39.6 million of them right now, but they are running at a very low radar, and he wants them to rise up. So we must appreciate the Director General Sumina, Dr. Charles Odi, for finding it imperative through his SA on IT, of course, Mr. Tommy. We also appreciate you for facilitating and for bringing in Dr. Iyanu Odebode to share experience. For all the participants who have been patient from the beginning to the end, we really appreciate you. And just like I said, try and see if you can follow Sminan on Instagram and all our social media handles. Then you can DM direct questions to the DG, Sminan handles, and of course to mine, the head corporate affairs. We'll see how we can address all the issues raised. We want to lastly appreciate the people who are actually coming in and going out. I'm sure it's the network that has not been able to allow them to benefit from this enriched experience. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call it a day. for this 1.0. I am emphasizing on 1.0 because so that when we call Dr. Iyanu Odebode, he will not charge us as he normally charges private MSMEs. We will want to have another free session with you, sir, and we'll be craving your indulgence. So please make yourself available when the time rises. Thank you so much. My name is Moshood Lawal, Head Corporate Affairs Minan. We appreciate you all for coming. Do have a nice day. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.